And anybody watching the show that might be a low secker could be a useful resource.
Yeah, right? All right. Welcome to the Triglavian Times. I'm your host, Sabbat. I know that this weekend's going to be interesting for a lot of U.S. viewers because of Memorial Day weekend. Everyone's partying hard, but hey, we got our, American down in Colombia slinging cocaine like it's his job. I
I
mean,
don't know what you're talking about.
So I got Reece with me today. Kylon might arrive. We don't know. He gave us a thumbs up. That'll be here. We don't
It
know.
is what it is.
Yeah, it's the typical Memorial Day weekend business where people got
People
shit going
disappear.
on. People disappear. People are having fun. It's warm. I mean, I know Detroit has their electronic music festival this weekend, so
But
I
would you
get it.
want to go to Detroit?
Dude, Detroit is a lot better than most people make it out to be. The neighborhoods suck, but downtown Detroit, beautiful, safe.
Well, I'm not talking about downtown Detroit. I'm talking like that west side, east side sort of thing. You're just like, what am I doing here? Nope. Gonna nope out of here. Gonna do a illegal U-turn to get out of here.
Oh, you mean like the good old days where if you blew a red light just because you paused for a second and the cops pulled you over, they'd be like, "Oh, good choice." You
Like,
didn't
dude,
want to
there
get
was somebody who's
carjacked.
trying to fuck me up. Oh, dude, I heard that like in Chicago, they're like extorting people on the highway and traffic for money.
Well, I mean, it is Chicago. All
It is
right,
Chicago.
it is Chicago. So, what do you want to get into first, Reese? Do you want to get into Junk Raiders, or do you want to get into the funny fucking shit from um,
Well,
PH about Pachman?
go ahead with that, and we'll see how we do with it.
Um, where
I'm
is
not
it?
really privy on this.
Oh, there's a Reddit post because Frat is shooting PH because they're kind of blue troll, but like they're like Frat is still shooting PH. But my favorite is where is it? From Gobbins. Pachman is a strategic priority for Horde.
Okay.
Basically, they need money.
Well, I mean, this is obvious. They've been needing money for a while.
Yeah, oh yeah, they have. They have needed.
I mean, why would they care about anything else now? I mean,
Yeah. Well, what's funny is it's all stemmed from like FCs and shit bailing out of PH and joining goons.
yeah.
But it is kind of funny that like there's the whole thing stemming kind of from like PH is trying to do as much as they can to make money in Pachman. So Triangle Bros, we need to kill PH as much as we can. Make it as hard as you can for them to make money.
Well, I look at Ponkfin as the free for all. If
Mm-hmm.
you're not a real resident, get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out.
I
No.
went to Losec today, and Abazon is still as shitty as it always been. Got potted by a freaking smart bombing battleship on the gate.
Oh, of course. Why wouldn't you get potted by one right on the gate?
Yeah, luckily I was in a naked pod because I knew that that place is a hellhole. There were like
Oh, yeah.
30 ships on the Abazon side of the Jeddah pipe, and I'm just like, nope, I'm getting out of here. And then all of a sudden I die mid warp, and it's like, oh, as I'm landing, I got smart bombed. Ooh.
I've been on the receiving end of the smart bomb funds before. Literally lost
Yeah.
shuttle and pod at the same time before. But yeah, no, it just makes me funny that Gobbins is outright blatantly saying, "Hey, we need to hit Pachman in mass to make money."
Well, everybody wants those taxes.
Oh yeah, they want to make that money. I don't know. It's just funny that it's being blatantly said out loud. Like most people try to not say it in arenas where it could get leaked to the public. But
Oh,
it did, so it makes it even funnier.
yeah. I mean, the thing is that really what CCP needs to do is address the money making in nullsec and make it a little bit more on par with Pochven, because you can be dropped on, you can be screwed up in nullsec.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this there are fleet fights, yes, I will say that, but there's not the same amount that there were before, and with the Poktar sort of thing, everybody running Ishtars, you're not going to get those big BRs that you want, you
No,
know?
no. Yeah, the Poshtar shit sucks. I hate that crap. Oops, clicked the wrong button. All right.
You're looking at the Dread stuff?
Yeah, dread stuff. So we'll get into this hot topic. Reece, you say Jump Raider's gonna die. I say, oh, it's
I
gonna be so much
say
fun watching the Awoxing happen.
I see a lot of it. There's going to be a learning curve to this, just like everything else. You know, there's going to be people that are doing dumb moves and shoot everybody. Um, the thing that I really think that is going to hurt is, unless you really got some good security, you can't just slip jump freighters in and out of low sec anymore.
No, no, you won't be able to. There's gonna be a lot of shit. There's gonna be a lot of shenanigans, and I agree with a lot of people that have been calling them the Capital Hick, just because the fact that they literally knew everything out around them and
Yeah.
screw over people with the lance is
Well, the
glorious.
the fact that they're letting it happen in low sec, I don't know if it's a good choice.
I don't
I
think it is.
also am. I'm also a little bit disappointed in how that things look basically the same. You know,
Yeah,
basically. Um,
basically. I mean,
the
they.
navies look a lot better. You know,
Yeah.
I also think that it's very vanilla. That they're just like, yeah, we're bringing in T2 caps, and it's just dreads again. It's
Yep.
like, you just got done giving us navy dreads. Come on, give us something more. Give us something more interesting.
I.
I'm not
I.
saying that I'm not appreciative.
No. I'm not saying I'm not appreciative either. I think Tech 2's cap ships should have been around a lot sooner than they were, but
Mhm.
I also I do think I do agree with you that fuck you, dude. We just got Navy dreads, but I'm also this was probably the easiest thing they could work on first before approaching other capital ships.
Yeah.
Like I do think this was the easy like, hey, we already, because they're basically ninja the Navy ships, which were just subtle tweaks to the Tech ones, and just spruced them up for Tech 2. So it was the lazy, quick, easy way for them to get Tech 2 caps out, which is understandable. I mean, we did get Navy dreads. We have gotten a couple
Well,
toys.
navy dreads, I think, was a good move. I think that it's something that everybody can agree on did good things for the universe.
Mm-hmm. No, I
I
can
just
agree with
wonder
you on that
what's
one.
next.
I can agree with you on that. I Speculations aside,
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's either faxes or carriers that get hit. I mean, those are the next options to get hit. I really think
I mean,
faxes should get a touch of love,
uh, maybe.
but carriers just need a complete rehaul for their Tech 2 variant. Like they need to
Well,
make them useful because only
let's
people really use super caps.
yeah, and let's be honest about it. We really need to like do something with the drone system.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be more interactive. It needs to be a bit more, I guess, dynamic.
Yeah. But okay, so let's get into the funsies of this. So the Amar one, I think it's funny that people are crying a river about. And we'll get into the Kaldari one after this, but I love that people are screaming bloody murder about the Amar cap being a missile based system. Like,
I mean, isn't the whole idea of T2 is you get a resist profile out of it?
yes.
It's a bit better than. So, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going off of my head math here. The T1 is your basic resist profile.
Mm-hmm.
Your Navy is a very specific resist profile, but mostly more HP.
Yes.
And then your T2 is better resist than T1, but it doesn't have the same things the Navy has for like HP. If that
Typically.
makes sense.
Typically.
I'm talking base HP. I'm not
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
EHP.
Typically, yeah, that's the case. The Navy has a little bit more chonk to it, but they can't get as much EHP as a Tech 2.
Yeah, they've got their holes in that.
Yeah.
Whereas the other is a little bit more of an eclectic resist profile, I guess is the word to use.
Yep. Yeah, it's a little bit more eclectic, but I don't know. I just still it's same thing with the Caldari one when we get to it. I still think that people screaming a river though about it, like
I think now's the time to bring up concerns. Screaming about it won't help, but talking about it with CCP right now is the time because
yeah,
they're still workshopping this a bit more.
there's still a chance it could be fixed. It's just crying a river and screaming like
Yeah.
little child about it isn't gonna fix it. It's you got a point that we like literally like I already have Dreadnoughts 5 for Amar, and I have laser weapons, capital lasers trained for it. And now you're telling my Tech 2 version I have to train missiles for is more beneficial than the screaming like a little child that they fucked something up that you don't agree with.
Well, I'm not saying that they haven't fucked something up. Right now, it's a pre-fuck up, okay? It's a
Yeah.
pre-fuck up. We have not fucked up yet.
No.
But I also think that CCP will look at it and figure out whether or not they need to make adjustments. I just know that they're going to do the least complicated adjustment ever.
I'm hoping it sticks just because I like watching capital pilots get a wrench thrown in their plans.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
me.
this is more Blue Goose sales for sure.
Yeah. It
This
is.
is definitely like because you have to have Dredge 5 period,
Oh,
and then you have to train T5 Dread.
yeah.
And then so wait, there's the base Dread skill, right?
Yep.
And then you need the T2 skill, and you're going to need that way up there for these things to
All the
really be worth it.
bonuses. Yep. I mean, but most dread pilots that exist now, unless you're a newbie, I don't get the screaming and crying about it. Okay,
Yeah.
you got to train the Tech 2 version, and then oh no, for Amar and Kaldari, you have a slight change of plans. But on the flip side of things, hey, if you're already a missile Kaldari pilot, why don't you switch to the Bane? Or if you're already, oh, I fly a Moros. Well, let me switch over to flying a Karura, the Phoenix Tech 2. Because the Phoenix
Yeah.
Tech 2 is, instead of missiles, it's a hybrid boat.
I don't know how I feel about that really, because it doesn't make sense for these hulls so much.
It doesn't, but it needed. The only thing I will say is I think it needed a shakeup. I think everyone with capital ships was too ingrained, which I'm liking the Tech 2s. I know that.
What if you just make the Tech 2s like not have any high angle guns, you
Yeah.
know? I mean, that's
Give
something you could do.
yeah. Give a Zern a high angle weapon.
They're not doing that for another 5 years, you know that.
I want my Tech 2 Zern, please.
Yeah, but no, what I think what I'm oh look,
No,
it's
it's
a
Kylon.
wild
Wild
Kylon.
Kylon.
We're currently talking about the T2 dreads.
Lancers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm saying that I don't feel the vibe of like you're going Caldari and all of a sudden you need capital, you know,
Capital
capital
hybrids.
hybrids for the T2, and it's just like what? Why?
I mean, I get the standpoint though why people don't like it, and the change is kind of shisty, but I mean, it gets people out of that same groove of like literally if I mean, because the Phoenix, I mean, well, the Rev in particular is probably one of the most common dreads out there,
Yeah.
and literally people that join dread bombs and stuff like that and use dreads have been 5 of 5 in weapons and skills for probably years now.
Yeah.
And so throwing a wrench in their plans and some of because the Phoenix is also pretty popularly used. Throwing the wrench in that plan kind of,
Yeah.
fucks them over a little bit because they were just it was just always that dead given. Like if they ever do it, well, it's going to be the same weapons. And I do like that it's got a spread because then it opens up people going, well, maybe I'll try other dreadnoughts. I know some dreadnoughts are better than others, but
What if they did both, and that way, okay, let's say you have the Caldari one, right? It can run hybrids, or it can run missiles, torpedoes, whatever, and then you have to scout it out and see what they're using versus just, yeah, that's a hybrid. You know what I mean?
that would be nice. I don't think there's enough of a spread of capital ships though that like that's what I kind of like though is it's messing up the weapons setup because most of the time when you'd see a Phoenix or a Revelation you'd go okay it's lasers it's missiles you knew what you're getting into right from the get-go. Now it's kind of shaking things up a little bit because you have so many ships that are like oh like you get blasters or you get certain hybrid bonuses or certain missile bonuses
Yeah.
or like
I mean,
it's kind of shaking things up a little bit, and that's all I'm getting at.
yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking outside the box here a little bit. What about you, Kylon? You got your 5 dread pilots, right?
Honestly, I don't know much about these things yet. I got a AFK for a second.
Yep, it's all right.
It's all good.
I mean, you
I mean,
can't
do we have someone watching the show who's got a little bit more experience? I wonder.
do.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
But I don't know. The thing that I've heard a lot about is that these lances are going to be hot, dangerous stuff in low sec
Oh,
because
yep.
you can't DD in low sec, right?
Nope.
So now you can lance people in low sec, and it's like, whatever to do.
You can lance them and they can't leave.
It's like all of a sudden, you know what's happening is snuffed out is like, what is going on here?
Snuffed is gonna have a lot of fun with this.
So
Snuffed,
it is what it is.
Snuffed will have a lot of fun with this shit. Sorry, I am semi distracted at the moment.
I mean, snuffed here's fun. You know what's happening.
They're the no fun police.
We're here. We're here. We're gonna get into trouble.
Trouble. Boil and trouble, make it double. Oh wait, no, I'm mixing
Yeah.
Pokemon and other things. Sorry. So then there's the I do think I hate the fucking name of the Galente ship. So you've
Yeah.
got the Bane for Amar. You've got the Karura for Kaldari, and then you have Hubris. Like really, bro? Like any other name besides Hubris would have been better for the Moros Tech 2. Like I think that name is like a goddamn joke. Like, because no one's gonna fly it. I think it's just gonna be like the normal Moros. No one's gonna fucking fly it.
Well, who knows? I
Like,
mean, I don't know.
the Moros already is like the token Galente cat pilot ship. Like, there's like a Moros in every Dread Bomb just because there's one dude who's like, I love Galente this much.
How do you say that Minmatar one? Valravn.
Valravn?
Valravn? I don't know,
I don't
maybe.
know. And then you got the Naglfar. I don't know why. I still like the Nag, just the way it looks.
You know, verticality is a thing, right?
Vertical supremacy.
Yeah, well, you know,
I don't know.
it is what it is.
I like the change up they did for Amar because Amar does have some good missile boats, and they needed something that wasn't a laser boat for Caps. Kaldari has some really good sniper hybrid weapon ships, and none of their cap ships were were all missile boats. None of them were hybrid boats. So for me, it's just playing into the whole kind of aesthetic for those two factions.
Oh, that's right. The Amar one is missiles.
Yep. Yeah, they switched it over to missiles, and people are crying a river over it. And same thing with the Kaldari Phoenix Tech 2. They're crying a river that it's hybrid and not missiles. Which just means, for me, it's just, okay, well, instead of flying the Amar one, fly the Kaldari one, and the Kaldari one, instead of flying Kaldari, fly the Amar one. It's not hard. It's just a slight change of pace.
Well, it goes. I mean, there are some Amar missile boats, and
Yep.
there's some hybrid Kaldari boats, so it does follow the structure.
Exactly.
I mean,
But yeah, if you've got, I can see what you're saying. If you've got trained red pilots, now you need to train another weapon system, another capital weapon system.
Yeah.
and training those cap systems takes a while.
Yes, because I mean, let's say you were a Revelation pilot, you trained all the turret skills, and then lasers all the way up to,
5
extra
of 5.
hard. And now you've got to go back and redo your missile skills.
I'd still be lazy as fuck, in my opinion. I'd just be like, well, shifting gears. Actually, no, I'd be so lazy that I'd be like, because I know the cost of these Tech 2 Lancers are going to be stupid. I just go, well, I'll just fly a Navy ship instead.
Yeah. I mean, the Navy boats are nice, the Navy dreads. I mean, can't say no to that. I still think that they're more interesting looks wise and also build wise than the T2s are looking right now for me.
Yeah.
But I'm not a cat pilot, so
No,
my opinion is not really important on that.
I can agree with you on that one. So, the Lance. Kylon, you said you don't know too much about it. Have you heard anything about the Lance, though?
Well, it sounds like there's a directional weapon and a area of effect weapon for each of them. Is that a correct assessment?
It's basically a DD, yeah.
It's a low sec usable DD.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And what I've been hearing is that it's going to fuck up jump freighter pilots. It's going to make transporting stuff in and out is a lot worse.
I mean, yeah, on CCP's on Yvonne Lyde's website, this is the I hate that they went so fucking punny with this. Lance by the Pale Moonlight. God, too punny, and I want to punch whoever came up with this idea for the name of it in the
It's
dick.
dad jokes, man.
I know, it's dad jokes. But the goal with Lancers is not to compete with existing dreadnoughts. It's zero-sum game so directly. And so they designed a quite bit weaker single target damage, but to make up for this with their new area of effect damage weapon, which can open up key tactical opportunities by applying debuffs to other opponents and sometimes accidentally their friends too, because it is a 100 cam lance. And if you're next to allies, it literally drains their cap dry. So that's why I named this episode Ready for the Awox, because I guarantee someone is going to fuck up and fire a lance when there's friends around them.
Yeah. I don't know. I just
You could also now bait in a T2 Dread with a jump freighter
Mm-hmm.
and then kill the T2 Dread.
yeah. I mean, I think that is a good trade, isn't it?
Well, that's a good point. Jump freighters are like 20 bill. These Dreads are probably going to be like 20 bill. We'll have to see, I guess.
I think these are going to cost a lot more. Just because they're Tech 2.
Let's see here. What? RAG. Yeah, the Rhea right now, buying in Jeddah. No, they're not that expensive, man. 12 bill.
Well, there you go.
That's a good trade for a T2 Dread.
But the lance going off, come on. It looks pretty as fuck. I mean, I will agree it's cool to see this. Like, but I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be like any new ship in Eve. It's gonna be the game of figuring out how to wing this.
Well, of course. I mean, that's half of the game, right?
Yeah. So then there's this, which kind of for people who watch the stream by CCP when they were streaming it. I mean, they had a lot of the community team on there streaming it. I mean, some of the how should I put this nicely? The resist profiles are kind of a joke on some of them, but it's understandable for how much EHP
But
and
like
base
looking
they
at
have.
that, it's just a lot of them, like the armor, like looking at it, it's got some nasty holes in some of it.
Yeah.
And nasty holes. I'm not big on the nasty holes for T2s.
No. What makes me excited is the nasty hole in particular on some of them for their armor is where the Zern will go, ha 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 ha. See that explosive hole? I will damage the shit out of you through that hole.
T2. I'm just looking at Eve University for like a jump freighter's resist. Like a jump freighter's resists are not bad.
And what's
I
funny
mean,
is everyone I talk to is most of the mats to make jump freighters are going to be similar to make these Tech 2s. I should say that's everyone's assumption based off of what possibly will have to go into them. Is they're going to be closer to jump freighters for Tech 2 prices for building.
Gabe might be joining us.
But yeah, no, the I mean, I like the idea of the ship. I do think this fills a hole. I like the idea that it is a hick. I like the fact that it sucks cap dry from nearby allies, or if you're crazy enough to yeet this thing into the center of a dread bomb and fire off your lance in the direction.
No cap. The capacitor is empty.
And literally, I think the numbers people were saying is like they would be left with like something stupidly low on cap, where like they're basically fucked. And you could, I mean, I'd probably be one of those suicide pilots, being like, I don't care if this thing costs 40 bill. I just whelped a huge fleet by suicide lancing this fleet. I do like some of the idea of the ship. I like this, that this ship is actually creating big cap fighting ships to be more, hey, let's be positional. Let's have these things kind of, spread out so we can lance from different directions once the battle has commenced.
Yeah.
Once people are like in siege mode and all of a sudden your lance, you warp in or you sino in and Lance in. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more Sinos out and about now.
Yeah.
And people are going to strategically Sino in Lancers, which will be cool. To make combat, like with capital ships, more dynamic, but it's still that sinking feeling of like, I can't wait for jump freighters to start screaming. And I mean, we were laughing about this before the show, is watching the very first video of someone Awoxing their own fleet on accident or purposely, but of them firing off a lance with their entire fleet around them and watching their cap disappear.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how people use it. I just want to make sure that the people who do use it, I want to see those videos. I want to see those videos. Come on now.
Yeah. I mean, they have some of the damage here. I like that people spent time to pull stuff out of the video, you know. Damage to ships and stuff, and faction fort damage. I mean, they're hitting that faction fort pretty damn hard with that lance. Like, that is a nice chunk of damage to hit on a fort that is probably fit properly. Well, then again, CCP fit it, so I don't know. It might not be fit properly, but
Who knows?
But I like the, you can't jump. You're literally like stuck. It is basically a Tech 2 capital hick.
Well, when you need something held in place.
Yep. And then there is this. Let me pull this up so it's a little bit bigger. God damn it. There's this too. People are a little salty about this. That the EHP and resists are lower on the Tech 2s, which I get it to a point.
I'm looking at like the Ray in the chair and right now, the Caldari freighter and jump freighter, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, shield resists go from 0, 20, 40, 50 to 0, 40, 47, 50 going Tech 2.
Yeah.
It has a massive jump in the main area. And then you have the armor, which really doesn't change much. Anything that's 50 stays at 50, except for the thermal goes from 45 to 58.7. The kinetic goes from 25 to 34. And we're not seeing this with these, I don't think.
No.
And I don't know if that's good or bad. Maybe it's the way they want it to be weak or not,
I mean, I feel like it's a specialized ship. That's my big thing. I don't see the qualm. It's a Tech 2 ship. How many Tech 2 ships do you see that people just use constantly on mass in certain ways?
Yeah.
Like, it's that plot point of Tech 2 ships are supposed to be more specialized. It's not, they're not, I mean, they will be used because EVE players break everything, but they're not technically supposed to be used en masse the way they are. But we saw how, Munins were used. It became Munins online because everyone figured out how broken it was.
Well, I mean, everybody's going to optimize everything out,
Yeah, well,
that's just the way it's going to be.
It's video gamers in general. We min-max the shit out of everything.
Yes. You want something ruined, just give it to a community for a week. And there you go.
Give it to the EVE community for a week, and we will turn a stone into a bicycle.
There are turbo nerds all over that just salivate at this,
Oh, yeah.
They're just like, oh, I can find out the newest way to break this game? Yes, sign me up.
I mean, don't we all do that?
Break it. Watch it.
All right. Reece, you're still Omega, right?
Yep.
You got your metamorphosis.
Yeah, I did get it.
Have you fucked with it at all yet?
No, not really.
I saw some stuff that is I want to use it to torture explorers so bad.
Well, it's got all the things, like all of those scanners are free, you know,
Yeah.
which
That
is
you can
nice.
the expanded core probe launcher.
Yeah.
I just saw some funny fits that, like, when I saw them, I was just like, wait a second. They are literally almost just murder boats for explorers. Like hardcore explorer murder boats.
I've enjoyed the metamorphosis. I always compare it to my pacifier for some reason because I guess I use it for the same thing. But
Yeah.
You use it for your scanning.
yeah, it's more agile quite a bit than the pacifier.
Yeah, it's easier to get sub 2.0 align and warp off. That, and you have the
Well,
native spikes on it, so
It is a spiky boy. It has drones, which the pacifier does not. The pacifier, however, can light a covert synode and fit a nullifier, and the metamorphosis cannot.
well, yeah, there's got to be a trade-off, you
Yeah.
know.
the metamorphosis can easily fit a expanded probe launcher, though.
Yes, that is nice.
Which is the
I
nice
don't know if
bonus.
it'll. I mean, it's got a small sig radius. It might make an okay scanner tackler, but probably only for big stuff.
Yeah, there's a degree of goodness from it, but I'll play with it. My Omegas expire on my alt in 3 days, so I'll be trading my stuff over.
Yeah.
I know I'll probably whelp one just for shits and giggles, just to see what stupidity.
Well, the
I can bring
problem
to.
is those things aren't cheap right now.
No.
They're close to, I think, 200 right now.
Yeah. And
Because they're limited and they're gonna only go up.
yep. I saw some people saying, like, hey, maybe, like, I know Society of Conscious Thought only has, like, they're mainly just given out once a year kind of dealio, but I saw a couple people commenting that, like, hey, maybe, like, super rare drop BPO of the Metamorphosis.
Yeah.
And then people fired back, like, literally no one does too many data and relic sites because there's so much hot garbage and all of that stuff that is
Well,
useless.
you know how it goes. It's got new uses that another ship doesn't have, and I think people are gonna give it a shot.
I imagine so. Hopefully so. I just want to give it a shot just from the murder boat standpoint.
Are the data sites back in Ponkfin yet?
No.
Ugh. When do they come back? Because
I've been expending considerable effort in that regard. And I will say that Amar has taken the lead in the race to get the shipcaster against Minmatar and Galeni, anyway, last I checked.
Sounds good.
We're all, bated breath waiting for the influx of K-spacers coming into Pocketman for murder.
Man, it was a good time. It's if I had to guess, I think we have to get up to like 60% before another Empire gets there. So it's probably another couple weeks.
That just means, us triangle players can stock up on stuff to hunt and get our mining fleets ready.
Well, step by step, right?
Mm-hmm. I still with the Tech 2 Dreads coming out. Okay, actually, no, correction. Before I get into this, I still thought one of the funniest things I saw that came out on that dev post on, for news for Eve, when they went, there are no capital ships purely designed for capital combat only. And my mind went to, the Zenitra legitimately cannot hit anything subcap unless it's sitting still. What are you talking about? That there is no pure capital ship, killy ship out there?
Well, you can hit buildings with it. It's really good at structure bashing. So that's how they weasel out of that.
Yeah, structures and caps are like the only things it can fucking hit.
Yeah, even with max tracking, you're not going to get there.
No. Like, I was just, all my thought process was, you already have a ship that literally can only kill capitals and structures. Like,
yeah.
Titans too, you can't fit hull guns on a Titan.
No.
Yeah.
Zerns are okay at battleships. They're not as good as they could be. You get Haw, if you had Haw capable disintegrator on the Dread, it would be
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
I mean, it's all about a little bit of fun, right?
It is. I mean, you can catch battleships, but certain battleships I just don't see Zern doing much damage at all to.
Yeah, if the battleships are moving too much, it's over.
I mean, just a nightmare would probably be a nightmare for a Zern.
Couldn't hit it.
I can see it hitting certain ships. I mean, if we see in Twitch chat, like, yeah, a Vindy one shot, yeah, there are certain ships that you can get away with it on. There is certain other.
You can hit Marauders.
Oh, Marauders would be easy bait.
but I mean, you know, I don't know. I do like them adding more capital play. I just think that, you know, is capitals where we want to focus our things?
No, we need more. We need more subcap glory for Pachman.
Even if it comes with a trig carrier eventually.
Ooh, a trig carrier. Does it fire? Is its fighter squadron Kikimoras?
Yeah, why not?
Ooh.
I mean, why not?
Give us blops. Give us blops. Trade ships, please. Thank you.
I mean, I think one thing that they could do is start like nerfing the AT ships and putting them in the, you know,
trig lineup.
Put them into the building lineup that you can build them. You need to drop a lot of, you know, LP and stuff from different factions to make it, but make it buildable. Don't make it a permanent, you know, resource for AT teams to make money.
I don't know. I'm still after seeing that, like, last weekend with that Tiamat kill getting shared. I was just like, I buy it off you. You could have sold it to me and it would have lived. I'd be broke as fuck, but I could spin stations with it and feel good about myself.
Well, if that's what you want to do, the second you undock that thing, it's dead.
I'd sit it in Pachman and only undock it when no one was online. Oh, downtime just ended. I'm gonna take this TM out for a quick spin and dock it back up. Now, I do think Trigs. God, we always harp on this shit, but I think it's just because we feel like we should have these ships. I feel like there's a hole though with AT ships and the glory of the AT ships, especially the Triglavian ones, where when you look at the AT ship and you go, you could fill a gaping wide hole that is in the Triglavian ship lineup by easily just nerfing it a little bit and making it expensive. I don't care. I mean, I have 4 Ickies. That's like what? almost 3 billion ISK in ships without even considering fitting them.
Yeah.
I would spend 1 billion ISK for like a cloaky, a cloaky, not necessarily bomber, but like a cloaky frigate or a recon, like the Tiamat, a cloaky recon ship. Like I would pay out the ass for those fucking ships. Not AT ship level of ISK, but I still would definitely buy one and definitely fly one and have fun doing it. Even if I fucking whelped it, I would probably be like, I had fun though. Like it fills holes that would be nice to have filled up on the trig ship lineup, just like a trig carrier would.
Yeah. I mean, there should be a drinking game, right? That anytime someone says trig carrier, everybody has to take a drink.
You could say trig anything that doesn't exist right now. I'd be like, cheers.
Yeah, well,
Still waiting for my trig drones, man.
Well, I mean, you get your hybrid drones with the what you call it, the mutated drones going on.
Yeah. I need real trig drones.
We all
Trig
do.
bombs. Trig bombs too. Get that thermal explosive bomb going.
Yeah. It'd be fun. The whole idea is to have more fun, right?
Yeah.
So we got to have more fun somehow, some way.
CCP wants us to lose more ISK. Well, I figured out the way for people to lose more ISK. I could probably do that myself.
Yeah.
Even the freaking trig transport ship, I guarantee I would buy one the second they made it a flyable ship. It already exists. Just fucking let us fly it. Like, I would literally buy one the second it came out.
Well, maybe they'll listen to you one day. Because, CCP needs money, right?
Don't worry. I'll make sure if I see Swift at FanFest, I'll corner him.
Well, just tell him, man, look, man, come on.
Come on,
help
man.
me out here.
Help this trig love.
Help a guy out.
Give him the ultimatum. Give me partner or give me trig ships. Those are your two options.
You should totally ask him for partner nowadays.
I know. I need to reach out to him again about that shit.
Because you've been streaming more.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got this thing going. It'd keep Reece fed with Omega time. It'd keep Kylon fed with skins.
That's the way to go.
It'd get me to have a Dread pilot up and running. Because I'd still at least pay for one account. But all right, let's. We're not gonna do like last week super long show because that was a special one.
Yeah.
I have not. I traveled the Triangle several times and saw nothing or big ass fleets. So I had 0 kills. I had fun hunting escalations and flying my Icky, which, God, dude, it was so much fun flying my Icky for the first time in probably about 6 months. I actually had fun. I know it's a joke to use Nikki Torsa for PvE content, nice, but oh, dude, it just
Ickies are nice though.
It's just raffle stomp mode when I have it out. So I don't have any kills. I tried to get kills. There was nothing about whenever I was logging in, hunting for shit. So I am absent of player kills. Reece?
I think this last time I got a random venture one-shot kill, and then I got my ass blown up in Abazon because, Abazon's Abazon.
I still like that you took that Loki and was just like, I am making this a one-shotting venture ship.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I feel like I've done more dying than anything this week.
Haven't you been, stealing from the rich lately?
Oh, always. We're always doing that.
I mean, money's money, right?
Money, 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 money.
Let's see. I have one where a guy tried to catch me in high sec, running the shipcaster sites, but he did not succeed. Loki versus Drekavac. This guy's decloaking, sitting there on the gate, waiting for you to go suspect. Tries to catch one of the fleet.
Yeah.
And Kylon just goes, "Oh, one suspect. Oh, you're dead."
Yeah, I mean, it was close, though. He had me down to very low hull.
Well, if it works, right? As long as your HP stays above 1, you're good, right?
As long as your hull doesn't go to 0 and you're in your pod, you're good. It's a win. A win's a win's a win.
Yeah.
Those high sec mechanics, man, frustrating the shit out of me.
Oh, high sec mechanics are lame. They should just be destroyed.
If somebody attacks your fleet, you should be able to attack them.
Yes.
As it is now, doesn't matter how many ships you have. A person can come in, just start plunking you one at a time, and nothing you can do. Can't remote rep them.
No.
Just think of the chaos if all the high sec limitations were gone. Oh,
Be interesting.
nobody would be able to live. It'd be great. All these people would be like, "What do I do?"
What? Concord isn't saving me? I don't rely on Concord for shit.
And Concord is always there after. And they're not there for anything else other than blowing up that cheap ship that they used to blow up yours.
Yeah, pretty much.
I had to move some of my stuff out of Mar today because I needed some of it, and that's why I went through Abazan, and it's just like, man, this is cancer. Why does this exist? And here's the thing: if these T2 dreads are used on gates, those gate guns are going to do nothing.
No.
And gate guns need to do a bit more. They need to do a bit more. Make it where you gotta do things to keep it going, but still. Yeah.
Low sec is gonna be chaos the second these drop out.
Well, second someone builds them.
Oh, I'm sure people are gonna start pumping them out, like turning them out like it's their fucking job the second they drop. But oh fuck, dude, low sec is gonna. You thought going from low sec to high sec or low sec to high sec or high sec to low sec was gonna be safe before? You knew. That's gonna change really quick. Because you won't be able to jump. You won't be able to take the gate. Like CCP confirmed, you won't be able to take the gate.
It's
You're
like
hit by that.
nice jump flare you have there.
Yep.
It's mine now.
It be mine. Any last things from you guys? Gonna kind of end a little early today.
For me, no.
Kylon?
I think we've lost Kylon.
All right. We'll call it here. Hopefully go ahead, Kylon.
It's right.
We
all saying bye.
No, any last things from you before we kind of say bye?
Yeah.
No. Triangle, I guess.
I should have pins in the works. I've been going back with a couple different people trying to get the best price for pins. I know Reece wants a lanyard for his badge for work, so who knows? Maybe those will come out if I can find someone to make them for me, at not exorbitant prices. But otherwise, we'll call it here. I know we did super long show last weekend for second anniversary. Yeah. Otherwise, keep Pockman crazy and murder festy.
Indeed.
All right. Next weekend we'll have a show. I know July I will get stuff to you guys sooner than later of when we're taking stuff off for us Americans, and I take a week off of work myself with 4th of July, so I don't know if I'll be in the woods or not, but we'll know when we get
Probably.
there. When we get closer, we'll get there and I'll let you guys know, so. Well, all right. Later.